The first thing you'll notice when looking at Julian's stance is his wrists. Look at how they're sticking out and tucked in. Everyone's always talking about the hips when it comes to power, but the wrists are equally important. When a punch lands, if the fists aren't tucked properly, the force will disappear through the punch. Think about it like driving a stick into a wall. If you drive a straight stick straight into a wall, it will deliver maximum force, but if it's loose anywhere, it will bend and the force will disappear. Julian is making sure none of that happens, and as a result, he delivers very powerful punches. In this clip, you'll notice that he keeps his gloves pointed outward. This not only saves you time from having to twist the wrist from the guard to the end of the punch, but also enforces that his wrists stay correctly formed. The second thing Jackson does is to deliver all the force forward. He moves forward when punching, and since he hits so hard, he knows his opponents won't try to counter. Look at how Julian moves forward and loses his balance when he misses. It's kind of like hitting a bag where you know you're going to get the force in, which builds up to the next point. He loads the F up. While we're being told not to load up our punches, Julian loads up like there's no tomorrow. You can see it being a problem for Julian when he fights opponents with great speed.
And Jackson is hurt and through the ropes almost and in desperate trouble.
Julian times his punches very well most of the time and can get away with it. He also puts fear into his opponents with his power. Julian could box, but chose to brawl. He had the stamina to throw bombs until one of them landed, and they usually did. Take a look at this clip. Do you notice how he uses this arm? He's driving it into the same direction as the hook to generate even more power. You can even try this yourself. Try throwing a hook, but before you do, use your opposite arm and drive it towards your back. As you do that, throw the hook. You'll notice how much more leverage you can obtain. Julian did this from time to time, and since he would land, it would do a lot of damage. Another thing to mention is that Julian was good at landing his punches in the right places. Since a hard punch isn't about giving as much as receiving, meaning that the punch actually has to land correctly for it to be powerful. His punches did more damage because they landed in the right place. He was also always in range for his punches, so he knew they would most likely land.